Let me begin by saying that the energy of Hanuman was with me since my childhood, though I was not consciously aware of it. Whenever I would come to India on holiday, I remember in New Delhi there was a Hanuman temple, I think in Connaught Place, and I would go there every Tuesday. And I would also love it because they would have like these bangles and bindis, and I would go and do my jeje. So that's something I remember from my childhood. And then later on, when I was about almost 30, I moved back to India, having never lived in India. And around that time, a friend of mine, who's very important in this story, but he started mentioning Neem Karoli Baba. So for anyone who knows about Maharaj Ji Neem Karoli Baba, some say he is an Avdut of Hanuman. He has imbibed all of the energies of Hanuman. Some say he is an avatar. Whatever he is pure love and grace and mischievous. I mean, he's mischievous and playful. But anyways, he was in my periphery shortly after I moved to India. But my conscious connection with Hanuman began about three years ago, let's say. I had an acceleration of my spiritual awakening. I had a Kundalini activation 5 years ago, and my life essentially imploded and then exploded in the most beautiful way, but it was tough. I hadn't quite understood what was happening to me at the time. The mind hadn't understood. The soul was rogue. It was like, let's go. We're ready for this. We came here for this. My mind was taking a little bit of time to catch up. So as I've mentioned in one of my other videos, An Appointment with Grace, about 3 years into my Kundalini awakening, I consciously decided to connect with the energy of Hanuman. I had just gone through an extremely intense karmic cleansing. I was sitting in despair, abandonment by the divine, and one day I was watching YouTube, and bless this soul, Puneet D. He's also known, his channel is also called Hiranya Hasta, but bless his soul, I happened to watch a video that day, and he was talking about the transits at the time, and he suggested that for my particular sign, it was a good time to connect with the energy of Hanuman. And I cannot tell you why that day my soul decided that now is the time, or my mind listened to the nudging of the soul and said, okay, I'm going to do this. I don't know what is going to come of this, but I felt very pulled to make this conscious connection. The Hanuman CHALISA is actually written in Awadhi. My Hindi itself is not very good, but I said, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do this. No matter what, I'm going to learn it. And you know, I had some people who were very supportive, and then some people who told me that, you know, it's not safe if you chant mantras and you don't do the pronunciation correctly. But I went with the pull in my heart, and I offered Hanuman my love and my devotion. I said, that's all I've got for you, you know, and you be the judge of the purity in my heart and my intention for calling upon you. So when I began, I really didn't know. I knew the story, the legends of Hanuman, of his greatness. There are a lot of beautiful stories about him. So I'm not going to get into them today here, but you can find them on YouTube. You can find them on Google. All the information is available. I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't know how chalisaing would just change me from the inside out. But the first thing that happened was my fears started reducing. So I don't know if any of you have been through Kundalini awakening, but in my case, and I think in a lot of people's cases, when Ma rises, when Shakti rises, if you have blockages, if you have karmic debris in any of your chakras, she will help in cleansing that out. This is pure divine intelligence. She knows exactly what she is doing. So the first things that happened for me was I was confronted with all of the fears, all of my fears from this incarnation, from past incarnations, and there's a lot of fear. There was a lot of fear. So my fears started reducing. I had a deep fear of the unknown, no matter how pulled I was to the unknown, the metaphysical, the esoteric, the divine. I had a lot of fear about surrendering to it. And particularly in the first 2 years of my awakening, I had a lot of experiences and encounters with I don't want to call them entities, but let's say lost souls, souls that had made choices of darkness. Nothing bad happened to me except for the immense fear that I experienced, that fear that was always inside me. So it was all coming to the surface. When I started Hanuman Chalisa, very quickly the fear started reducing. I could feel protection from within and around me. So even if I felt, let's say, negative or dense energies, they were not coming to me, and that fear was not rising. I could see them, I could sense them, but it was not impacting me the way that it would when that fear would make my energy just shrink and shrivel. That stopped happening. Hanuman's energies came very quickly. So within, I think, 72 hours of chanting, I received this miniature Chalisa, which also had the English translation under the Hindi, and it came to me through someone. And I took this as a sign and a blessing. And this has been my constant travel companion for the last 5 years. It goes with me everywhere. Yeah, it's traveled with me everywhere. It's been my friend. He is my friend. So he's the friend of my soul. So that's one thing. And then about 5 days after I began chanting, a friend of mine, that same friend who had mentioned Neem Karoli Baba to me maybe 5 years before, sends me a picture of an ashram, a video of an ashram, and a picture of his guru, who was Neem Karoli Baba, but at the time I did not know. And when I received this, I was still very much ignorant and in my ego, so I kind of didn't roll my eyes, but you can understand. I was like, okay, whatever. And I went about my life, and as I moved along through life, I could feel this devotion opening up in me. I mean, I had understood the term bhakti through the mind, okay, intellectually. But when I started experiencing it internally, the vast ocean of love that exists within me, I started getting connected to that ocean of love. I started to experience really how vast that love was, and I began to have an intense love for God. So if you don't know, Hanuman's, should I say true parents? I'm not sure if that's the right word. He is an ansh of Shiva. He is a part of Shiva. So thus, Ma, Adi Shakti, and Sada Shiv are his parents. They are his true parents. He's also known for his devotion above all else, above all of the many, many qualities that he is known for. It is his devotion to the truth, his devotion to love, his love for God, his love for Lord Rama, his love for Ma Sita, his love for truth. That is what he is known for. And that devotion was cultivated within me, and it ever deepens. Let me tell you that it ever deepens. That vast ocean of love that exists within you, that lives within you. There is no end to it. There is no end to it. So this is one thing. This is the other thing. The most important thing I feel that happened within me was I got connected to this reservoir, this ocean of love. And I had such an immense love for God that I had never experienced in my life before. I thought I had it, but it was nothing compared to what I started to experience. I became much like my husband, who whenever he would see a temple, he does this thing which I find really beautiful. And even if we're driving wherever we are, and if he sees a temple, he will put his hand on his heart. And I don't know how to describe that moment to you, but there is something sacred about that action, that small gesture that he does. But I started to imbibe that, and I understood when I started to feel that love. When I would cross the temple, I would place my hand on my heart. When I would hear stories of the divine, I would tear up and I would feel this space in me just expanding, and I would feel the vastness of this space and the truth of how deeply loved and held I was, and how held and loved I have always been. No matter that I may have moved out of alignment with love, but love has always been there within, guiding me, trying to align me back to the truth that lives within me. The other thing that started happening was that self-doubt is something that I have always struggled with throughout my life. I had a huge fear of judgment, a fear of failure. I never felt that I was worthy, that I was good enough, that I made good choices, you know? And Hanuman's energy guided me to the truth that lived within me, and he helped me to move from self-doubt to trust, to faith, trust in myself, trust in the divine, trust in my soul, trust in the choices that I was making. So it doesn't mean there was an absence of fear, but the love was louder, the faith was louder, the conviction, the inner strength, the resilience, it was louder than that fear. And he was able to guide me by cultivating his energies within me to guide me through the fear, to love, to walking my path. I had to make some very big decisions during that time. I had to move away from my teacher at that time. I had to move away from the space that had been my safe haven during awakening. And it was really Hanuman's energies that guided me away from that space, that gave me the courage and the conviction to take that step. And that was a turning point in my life, because when I moved away from that, I moved towards my truth, the truth within me, the truth of my soul, you know? So that energy helped me to move out of my comfort and really maybe in a place that I had expanded out of, and helped me move to the next part of my journey, to the next stage of my journey. And that was a very important milestone in me, because when I made that decision, and everything in the universe aligned to help me make that choice, okay? I received guidance from strangers. I was guided so deeply to make that move that by the time it came for me to make that choice, there was no other option but for me to take that leap of faith, knowing that I was deeply held, deeply loved, protected, shielded, and guided. Another thing that I've experienced in the chanting of this CHALISA is that life will happen. You may be put into situations which bring out the fear that is still within you, okay, for you to face that fear and come through it. But you will be able to come through it. He will remove from your reality anyone or anything that is not good for you, okay? Even those people that you believe are your well-wishers, have your good intentions, whatever it is. He will either remove you from that reality, or he will remove them from your reality. Okay? He will give you the courage to leave spaces, places, and people and habits that do not serve you, that do not serve the truth of who you are, the essence of your soul. Another beautiful story about Hanuman is that there was a time where he was not aware of his own greatness. And so Jambavan, the bear, the great leader, he reminded Hanuman of who he was, of his great powers, of his great abilities that had been hidden from him. And so here I want to just give my gratitude to all the Jambavans in my life, which there have been many. And if you have Jambavan in your life, please give those people your gratitude, those people who have reminded you of who you are, of your capabilities, even when you did not remember, when you had forgotten the truth of your being. We all have those people, you know? So please take a moment, extend your love and gratitude to all those Jambavans in our life. And I'm extending gratitude to mine. And after I started Chalisaing, yeah, I had quite a few Jambavans until date I do, who remind me of my gifts, who remind me of what I am here to offer the collective, to offer the light, the truth. You know, we are all a part of one coexistence, one collective unified field. We are all important. We all come with our own gifts. And when you Chalisa, it will align you to the gifts that are within you, that have been hidden from you. What else happened? My intuitive abilities, which were already there, got heightened, got sharpened. Okay, I was able to see clearly through these eyes. Through these eyes, I was able to see the truth about myself, the truth about others. And this was very helpful for me in the work that I do as a psycho-spiritual therapist. I don't want to say I'm a healer. I don't want to be very attached to that identity or any identity, but just as somebody who works with other people as they navigate life. We are all co-travelers together, but it has been immensely helpful in me to help understand the awareness of where people are at, the truths that are hidden from them, their gifts, their shadows, you know. And lastly, I'm sure there is much more, but I got connected to Maharajji, to Neem Karoli Baba. I shouldn't say lastly because there's going to be something else that comes after this, but yes, the grace of Maharajji came to me in many ways. And any time I have ever felt alone, or you know, the mind goes into that loneliness, that fear, that separation, the divine comes and reminds me the truth that we are never alone. We are never alone. We are always watched over. And Maharajji is a beautiful energy. If you have felt pulled to connect with Neem Karoli Baba, please do. He is a very loving energy. He is the one energy that I can say that when I first consciously walked this path, I never experienced a love like that. Till day. When I think of Maharajji, I smile and my heart expands because he is pure love. Many of the masters are pure love. They all have different energies, but Maharajji is pure love. And he had a beautiful message, simple but beautiful, which was sub-ek, all one, you know. So serve all as you serve yourself, love all as you love yourself. And he really guided me on the journey to loving myself the way that he loved me. He's very playful and mischievous, okay? That's the way I experienced him. And I've always experienced that people who are connected to the energies of Hanuman, to Neem Karoli Baba, they're mischievous and playful, you know? And I can feel Maharajji when his laughter, I can feel it in my heart. You know, so many a times if I've been arguing with him or being childish and calling for his love and asking for it, I can feel that laughter within me. And I've had many, many great experiences with him. So yes, and finally, and most importantly, Hanumanji led me to Devi, to Ma. That's for a separate video, but I think it's very important. A lot of people, once they do the sadhana of Hanuman, they may start feeling drawn to the divine feminine, to the goddess. This was very much my experience, and this was not due to anything I researched. This happened very naturally. He aligned me to the Divine Mother, to Ma Kali, to Ma Durga, to the Divine Mother in all of her forms. And I am going to do a whole series of videos on that, because that essentially really helped me, has helped me increasingly in healing my own inner feminine energy, returning back to the divinity of the goddess that is within me, that has always been within me. So today, these are my, this is what Chalisang did for me. And I will just share a very quick, simple practice if you would like to get into it. Because I know sometimes starting any type of sadhana can be a little overwhelming for us. We don't know what to do. There is so much information out there. I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm going to share what I did. If it resonates with you, please try it. I lit a candle, okay? I had this book of Hanumanji. At that time, I didn't have any photos or anything. I did not have this, which is behind me yet. So I had this book. I lit a candle. I didn't ask for anything per se, okay? What I did was I extended my unconditional love and gratitude to the light of Hanuman. I called upon him and his energies, and I surrendered. I said that whatever you want to bring to me, please do. Whatever you want to take, please do. I don't know. All I had to offer him was the love of my heart, okay? That is it. And yes, I asked, may his love, his shielding, his guidance, his protection, and his wisdom be activated within me. And may those qualities that he is renowned for, through the ages, through the cycles, through the yogas, may I be aligned to those qualities within me. May he cultivate those qualities within me. So it's not completely true. I didn't ask for anything. Maybe I asked for something pretty huge, but yeah, that is what I did. And then I would chant the Chalisa. And I taught it to myself. So if you have a head start and you can speak Hindi, there are a lot of versions available in Hindi. So how I learned it was I literally wrote shlok by shlok, verse by verse, and then I would repeat it to myself until I became one with the mantra, until the mantra started chanting itself. And that was a profound experience. And I am sure that if the call is from your heart and it is true, with true devotion, he will come, he will do his work within you. He will work with your energies, okay? He will shift vibrations within you, and you will have an amazing experience, and you will have his grace and his blessings. I did receive his darshan, his vision, his blessings 3 times. The last two were very profound. One was when I took the leap of faith and I followed the call to move to Dehradun. And the first night when we'd moved here, bag and baggage, I first felt this incredible energy just flowing into me, and then he appeared. And the second time, which I will share in another experience, I saw him traveling through the cosmos with his Vajra. And it was in a beautiful form that I had never seen. I was also less scared at the time. The first time I told him, I'm very scared, so when you give me darshan, please don't come in a scary form. But yes, that has been my experience of chanting Chalisa. So if you feel pulled, please do not hesitate. And may the light of Hanuman reach whoever and wherever it is aligned to reach. May you be aligned to his wisdom, to his grace, to his shielding, to his guidance, and to his protection. Ram, 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 Sita Ram, 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 Hare Ram, 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 Sita Ram, Ram, Ram. Om Hanumate Namaha. Thank you so much for tuning in.